Bias. We hear the word often. In politics, in the news, in places of worship, and in schools. Bias is everywhere. And you might be asking yourself, am I biased? The answer is yes, we all are. But what does that mean? Being biased means you have a tendency to lean in one direction, either in favor of or against a certain thing. Biases can be positive or negative. If you are biased towards something, you think positively of it. But if you are biased against something, you think poorly of it. We can be biased towards certain kinds of food or weather, or even biased towards people who look and act like us. Having biases doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person, but it's important to be aware of them so that we can make sure we're not acting in ways that hurt other people. So then, what is algorithmic bias? Algorithmic bias happens when a computer program repeatedly produces unfair outcomes, such as privileging one group of users over another. This bias can be caused by the way the algorithm is designed, unintended use of the algorithm, or a lack of diversity in the data used to train the program, among other things. More often than not, societal biases and the biases of people creating the algorithms leak into the system, causing algorithms to unintentionally harm certain groups of users. For example, let's look at Google Cloud's object detection system, where you can upload an image and the algorithm will return what it thinks it's being shown. In early 2020, a researcher entered a picture of a darker-skinned hand holding a thermometer gun, which is used to check if someone has a fever. When the image was run through the algorithm, it returned the results hand and gun. The researcher then lightened the skin of the hand in the image and put it through the system again, and the results changed to hand and tool. Why would the results change based only on skin color? This is a result of an existing societal bias that portrays darker-skinned people as being more dangerous. That racial bias leaked into the system somewhere, whether it was in the code or in the data used to train the algorithm, and led to the algorithm associating the darker hand with weapons or violence. Technology is growing quickly, and we're beginning to use it in more and more aspects of our lives. With technology comes more algorithms, and with these algorithms come more room for error and bias to exist. Algorithms and in turn algorithmic biases affect things like our schooling, jobs, search engines, recommendation systems, policies, laws, policing, healthcare, advertising, social media, and privacy, just to name a few. Algorithms are used to identify, label, and categorize people, and if that is done incorrectly, inappropriately, or with bias, it can be dangerous for all of us, making it vital that we work to recognize, fix, and prevent these errors. Luckily, there are things we can do to start working on this problem. Ensuring diversity on engineering teams, having oversight committees to thoroughly check algorithms for bias, gathering better and more diverse sets of data, and increasing the overall transparency of how algorithms work are all steps in the right direction. We need your help too. While engineers and researchers are working to move forward, think critically about the algorithmic bias that you see. Point it out to your family and friends. By including everybody in the conversation, we can bring awareness and understanding to these issues. This is Algorithms and Society.